Hello, I started thinking about the grief bags that we've put together, and I just decided that I'd like to share a little bit more with you about the books. And these are all books that I personally would recommend, but they are also therapist recommended. I have found that this book called Finding the Words, it is written by Alan Wolfelt, who is a grief expert. And one of the things I really like about this book is that it talks about various different, not necessarily all sibling death. And it breaks it down into age groups, ways to specifically tell children about death, because every developmental stage is different as far as how much they understand. So this is a great book, not just for sibling death, but really for any kind of death and how you can talk to your children about it. So this is a great one. This is another one written by Alan Wolfelt. It's called Healing a Child's Grieving Heart, and it has 100 practical ways to companion your child, which is actually what Dr. Wolfelt says, is that, when you're helping a child, you're companioning them in their grief, which I really like. So it has different, activity ideas and just some really great recommendations, and it's got some great quotes on the bottom of the page too. So because of that book, I also included some art supplies and a little sketchbook here because art is such a great way to help children process their emotions. And this is the book for children. It's called Someone I Love Died. And it has some wonderful suggestions in the back of the book. Basically include the child in the morning, respect each child's feelings, just kind of some great little tips. And it's a book that you can actually personalize, which I really think is wonderful. And honestly, I can't really recommend this book enough, because this is a book that you could have in your library even if you have not had a death in your family, because the truth of the matter is you will at some point. And so many times I see posts about people kind of like panicking, like, oh no, I've never really talked to my child about death, and now I have to educate them all the while I'm dealing with grief myself. And so this book is called Lifetimes, and it says it's a beautiful way to explain death to children. And basically it talks about everything having a certain lifetime: plants, people, birds, fish, trees, and animals. And it just talks about kind of everything has a life cycle. Everything that lives dies. And when I read this to Ivan, talking in the part where it talked about people dying, the way it was explained, as soon as I read it, Ivan said, that's what happened to Jackson. And so the light bulb went on. He loves this book. I can't say enough about this. So, and then I also have included a folder with a letter from me, as well as a list of 10 ways to help your grieving child. And then there's a list of therapist recommended books broken down by age. Obviously my focus is young children, but it's a whole different ballgame to have to talk to children about death when they're teenagers. And then also just a little brochure. So I just wanted to share with you guys, that's what a grief bag looks like. Thank you.